Hi, whether you are an intermediate or advanced belly dance student or a teacher, I'm going to show you some beautiful styling for your camels to make them look really elegant and lovely. A little bit of styling that will really make your camels look elegant. What we're going to do is I particularly use this when I'm going around in a circle with my camels. And what I do is I make a very long line with my arms and my shoulder. I'm extending my arm up as high. Now this is the leading arm, so this is the direction that I'm going in. I extend my upper arm up pretty far, and I drop my bottom arm right down. And most importantly, I drop this shoulder down. Now obviously this shoulder isn't lifted up, but what I'm doing is I'm really extending this shoulder down. I'm stretching it down. And I look over in the direction that I'm traveling. When you look over, you want to make sure that you don't drop that chin down. You want to feel like that you're lengthening the neck back here, yeah? And you're looking kind of like up and over. So you get a beautifully long neck. The other thing that I do, just a little bit of extra detail, is that I have my chest sort of going in away from the direction of travel. So if I'm going around this way, I'll have my chest going that way and my head over this way. And it just gives a nice kind of like twist into the body that just accentuates your waist. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't sink down into that waist, yeah? You want to feel that you're lifting up and over, yeah? So a little bit like with the neck, we're not dropping it down, we're lifting it up and over. Sorry, not the neck, the chin, yeah? So I've got a long arm here. It's quite a lot to think about just for a simple move, but it does make a difference to the look of the move. So I've got a lovely long arm line here that goes all the way from my fingertips. And of course, it's terribly important to make sure that those elbows don't droop down here. You want to keep it beautifully extended and extend down here as well. Yeah, the shoulders drop down, so I have a lovely line going on here, but my chest is aiming in that direction as I travel in this direction. Yeah, and I'm looking over this shoulder as I go. So let's go off. Now I like to just very softly let my hands float, just a little bit like this. Sometimes I'll keep them still, but it is quite nice sometimes to float. Don't get too fancy though, don't get too busy with your hands, because we want to be seeing this line. The other thing as well that I notice a lot when people are cameling, and to be honest, I do it myself, is that I'm so busy doing my footwork, you know, with this, that I forget that a camel is an undulation. So we do need to keep that flow going on. The other little tip that I have for you that I do, and I think it is a nice thing to do, is what I call bob. I go down and up. Down and up. It just gives a little bit of an extra flow. And one of the things, if you're just an intermediate dancer, it's really important that you don't kind of go too much like this, yeah? You really want to keep a sense of just, first of all, the body in a camel flows forward and backwards. It doesn't flow over like this or up like this, yeah? It just goes forward and backwards. However, you can add a little bit of height variation by bending the knee, straightening it, bending it, straightening it, bending it. I say it, I mean them, don't I? We've got two knees. We're up on our toes. We're up on what we call releve in dance, yeah? And I stay up in releve even when I'm going down. So if you look in the mirror, you should be able to see a little bit better. I'm up on releve and I just bend those knees, I lift them up. I bend them and I straighten them. I bend them and I straighten them. Here's my styling. Yeah, chest over there, arm here, and I bend my knees, I straighten them. I bend them and I straighten them. I bend them and I straighten them. And then round the other way. The other thing you can do when you're changing direction, this is really, really important, is don't just plonk your arms into place. So as we go round, I'm going to travel round to the other side. I take my time and I can actually unfold my arms as I'm going round the second time. You probably have got yourself already into position here at the start, but as you travel around the other way, you slowly get yourself into position and you can start your move before you've got your arms into position. This is something that almost no belly dance teachers ever tell you, and it's so important. Your arms do not need to be in position at the beginning of your move. They need to be late. We see this particularly if we're traveling side to side. So, I'm not going to be doing quite so much, well, I'm obviously not going to be pulling back so much, but I still like to have a sense of a really long arm, and I quite like to do a bobbing camel when I'm traveling side to side. So I'm going down, and I look in the direction of travel, and I'm probably more likely to do a little soft ripple, just the tiniest little softness of the hands as I go, just in time with my body moving. One, and up, down, and up. Now as I change, I'm going to start traveling before my arms are in place. One, two. Do you see they only got into place on the second count? 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1. If I'm going to actually do something like this, I will really take my time with those arms. Can you see how they don't get into position until I've almost finished my sequence? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and there. I hope you like that. I hope you found it useful. If you'd like me to do a more detailed lesson on camels, particularly if you have problems with your camels tending to reverse, or if you have problems teaching camels because you have a lot of students who go into a reverse camel, or if you want some little variations on camels, let me know in the comments below and I will do it. And also check out all the various things that I've got, the links that I've got down the bottom for particularly my online belly dance school, which is called Undeniables Online, and it's full of amazing stuff. So do have a little look, and also if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you'll get a new video every week. Every Friday they come out. See you soon.